Hello, good day. How are you doing? Hope you're keeping safe. Wow, it's amazing how the world has changed over the last couple of days, right? And by the way, this should be an amazing time for those of us in the network marketing industry. Not just because of what's happening now, but more importantly, because of what's coming. Because if you look at all the job losses around the world, I mean, what's coming is not pretty, and it's a huge opportunity for us, right? So we'll get into that in a minute. Just a quick one, a little bit about me. I've worked with over 2,400 entrepreneurs in almost 20 years, helped over 17 people, 17 businesses reach over $1 billion, currently consult for 3 network marketing companies, been a massively successful network marketer myself, but stepped into the training part of that role, much like Eric Worre, for those of us who know him, and consulted for companies, and one of them, my work with them helped to recruit over 56,000 people. I've mentored some high-flying network marketers, some of which, if I mention their names, you already know in your company and around. Okay, so what my focus on today is for you to get focused on your personal economy. See, because what's happening with the global economy is terrible. 22 million jobs lost in the US just in the last 2 months alone. The last time they had a really high job loss was 2008, 2010. And over those 2 years, they lost 8.8 million jobs. Now, 22 million jobs gone. Just imagine what the hell is happening in Nigeria, right? And of course, around the world, right? And the opportunity that the network marketing profession provides is huge. We are in what's called the gig economy, and the gig economy is about to become, by next year, a $1 trillion economy. For those of us who are very conversant with the GoPro Recruiting Mastery in Vegas, an event that I attend, I mean, this is massive opportunity, for us. So, the way this is going to go is that I'm going to provide a lot of learning in this period. But more important than the learning for you, of course, the learning would primarily be for you in helping you build a fortune in this era. But more important than that is that a lot of it is also going to be opportunity, knowledge that you can use with your prospect, knowledge that you can use to help your prospects understand the business, understand the reason why they should do this, and probably get them moving, right? So I'd like you to follow me. So Paul Zempilza says it's not the economy that matters, it's your personal economy. Just think about it, right? Imagine if you had $1 billion somewhere sitting down somewhere. You're not going to be bothered about what's happening. Of course, aside from not catching the virus, if you just sit down in your house, you'd have everything that you want, you do whatever it is that you want, but most people don't have that luxury right now. For most people, it's a very, very difficult time financially, whether they have jobs or not. However, we provide that opportunity to be able to help some of these people make something out of their lives, don't we? So we have to be ready to provide a huge service to people in this regard, right? So I'm going to be sharing with you something that I call a reality check. And that reality check, of course, is supposed to help you yourself. But more important than helping you is that it would also become an opportunity for you to be able to ask tools in your arsenal that you can use to sort of get your people, your prospects, and all those people interested in the business opportunity, right? Okay, quick. So these are the questions that I usually would ask. I use these questions when I want to recruit people. I use these questions when I want to train my people. I use these questions to help people understand what's going on around the world. And I think the question will work well for you. The first is, are you living your dreams? Because, the reality is that if you're not loving your life, you should change something about it. Some people also, I usually would ask the question, do you have a lot more months at the end of your money? It's a technical term for being broke. A lot of people have months and days and hours going by with absolutely no money right now. And by the way, if you can help somebody out in this period, please do so. Can you take 6 months off work and still live well? Now we're beginning to realize that we can't even take, for most people, they can't even take 6 weeks. They can't even take 4 weeks. We've had just about 4 weeks of And this is not just Nigeria, by the way, this is globally. We've had between 4 to 6 to 8 weeks of not working, and governments are having to hand out money to people. Governments, in Nigeria, whether it's the 5 or 10 or 20,000 naira given to people, to the $1,200 given in the US, to the $2,000 given in Canada. Governments are having to help people out. So most people can't even handle this situation. And if you are in that category also, then you need to do something, right? Have you forgotten about your dreams because of bills? Now bills have become an ever-present need right now. Light, housing, water, all of these things. But more important than all of those conversations is this one. Have you built up funds for retirement? Because, no matter how things go, we're all going to get to a point. This COVID-19 period is sort of like a mini retirement, isn't it? For the entire world. This is like the entire world retired, and now we realize that we're not ready to retire, isn't it? But it's important because I usually do a lot of training for corporate organizations, and I like to ask them, when I train these people, okay, what's the plan for your retirement? And most people say things like, the pension fund is going to take care of that. And it's important that you have pension fund and all that if you have a good job, but it's also important to understand what you're getting. So let me sort of illustrate it for you. So imagine you have a good job that allows you to put away, say, 50,000 every month to your retirement account, right? And that 50,000 now would then amount to 600,000 in a year. Let's assume that you could do that for the next 20 years in terms of saving. And the pension fund promised you 10% guaranteed interest on your contribution. So if we add 10% guaranteed interest on your contribution to that, and then 20 years of saving, and something so amazing, it's called compounding interest. And compounding interest, right? At the end of all that, by the time you save up for 20 years, you would have about 32.2 million naira in your account. That's amazing, isn't it? It's significantly amazing for most people, until you consider that Robert Kiyosaki says that there are 3 sides to every story. There's the side that you're told, there's the side you believe, and then there's the truth. Now, how many of us would like to know the truth? Because it's not pretty. Now, the truth, of course, is that you will get 32.2 million, but the problem is to ask, what would 32.2 million naira be worth in 20 years, right? And the answer to that is to sort of go back to history. So if we go back to like 1985, now for those of us that are old enough to know, you would know that in 1985, if your father or you, but let's say your father had 3,500, my father had 3,500, you could buy a brand new car. Trust me. Of course, not a Maserati, but a Beetle, a 504, a 505 Evolution, a nice brand new car, right? Of course, in 1985, 3,005 was in back pocket change. It wasn't like you go and visit your uncle, you're going home, he now decides that he wants to give you transfer money, gives you 3,500. No, in fact, in 1985, 3,005 was some civil servant's annual salary. It was that much. In 1985, 3,005 was over $7,000. And $7,000 in 1985 is worth about $350,000 in today's dollar value, right? Massive, right? Isn't it? Now, imagine that my dad was going to do that. He was advised against it. He was told to put the money in some savings account. And he was doing that every single year for the next 20 years. He gets 10% guaranteed interest. He gets 20 years of savings. He gets 20 years of compounding interest. The same factors that created 32.2 million. When he's done with the same calculation, he would have 224,600, which, by the way, is a lot coming from 3,005. But he'll get that money in 2005. 224,600 in 2005 won't buy him a brand new car, won't buy him a fairly used car, won't even buy him a useless car. All right? So that's what's happening to most people. They're saving for a retirement in a system that is working against them. And that's why I tell people, this is it, and this is straight up from financial experts. Even though saving is a good habit, it's a very bad strategy because you're saving something that is losing value faster than it is gaining numbers. So it's better. And even for those of us, as we build our businesses in this industry, make money, save money for an investment. Don't save money as an investment. Save money, buy land, make your money, save it, buy an investment, make your money, save it, buy land, buy something that would appreciate faster. So the next time you meet any of your colleague who says, don't worry, I don't need to do this business because I've got a good job and I have retirement set, just tell them the story I just told you. And you'll be shocked at how they would see it differently. because getting to retirement is like going to heaven or hell. You get there, but you can't come back and tell us how it feels, right? Now, this is also very, very important. So I realized that in the network marketing industry, there are usually two big issues. The first is limiting belief in ourselves, in our ability to do great things. But the second, which is perhaps more important than the first, is the limiting belief in the industry itself. Most of us, and I have talked to thousands of network marketers, but most network marketers still don't know where the money in network marketing comes from. They get it. They get it that they have to sell something and all that, but they don't understand that the money comes from somewhere. So I want to explain it to you. And so maybe for some of us, this will be the first time that you're understanding how the money shows up in this industry. But it's very critical that you do. So for over 250 years, there's been a traditional marketing system, right? And this is it. A company decides, produces a product and wants to ship it, maybe they put it in China or in the US, and they need to get it across to Nigeria. What happens? They get somebody to import it who, marks it up, and then puts his profit, hands it out to a wholesaler, contracts some advertising, who gets some money, get it down to the retailer, and eventually the consumer buys it, right? So just think about the entire lanyard, right? So take a company like Apple. In 2005, Apple was said to have sold 67 million units, right? And a report came out that says an average Apple phone to the company was about $200 and something, which was at that time 50,000, 49,000, let's say 50,000. And in 2015, you could buy an iPhone for like 150,000. So that means that 100,000 went to these guys. They sold 67 million units, but even if they just sold 10 million, consumers paid 1.5 trillion, but $1 trillion went to these guys in the middle here. 1 trillion naira went to these guys in the middle here, right? And in this case, globally, about 6 trillion went to these guys in the middle here, right? So, and the time when this marketing model was developed, we did not have overnight shipping, we didn't have the television, we didn't have all these amazing things, the internet, the things that we have right now. So some people said, look, this is archaic, doesn't apply anymore. How about we run it like this, right? Instead of that, we provide all the money that should go to this place and provide it in a marketing system to the guys down here. That's why you notice every beneficiary of a network marketing system, in terms of those who make the money and all that, are first consumers of the product. They use the product. They're consumers. So the company says, we want to reward you for using our product. So we provide a business opportunity for you to distribute, sell, retail, and all of that in our company. Right? Very, very important. So it's not free money. It's the money that, because every time product is sold down here, all this money shows up. So it's the money that's available. It's legitimate money, legit money. It's not like MMM where it's just 1 million people putting money for another 500,000 people to take, and then everybody, crashes the system because there's no product, there's no value chain, there's nothing, right? So you have to keep your head high, because here's what's happening. If you're a network marketing professional, your job is about to displace advertising agencies, wholesalers, and all these guys. Your job is running a parallel economy that would make it easier for you to succeed massively, right? Very, very important for you to note that, right? And the network marketing industry is ginormous. In fact, these figures are as at 2000 and it's 17 or 18. Yeah, because the real industry now is that the network marketing industry is inside a global industry called the gig economy, right? And it's a major player in the gig economy. And the network marketing industry is the gig economy is going to be what? Over $1 trillion a year. Over $10 trillion a year. It's $1 trillion industry, right? And one other thing that I also want to point out is, in my experience working with network marketing professionals, and of course in my own experience too, I realized that a lot of us mistake why people want to join the business. In fact, there's a very good book. I'm going to recommend a lot of good books for you guys. There's a very good book called Questions Are the Answers, right? It explains that, look, while network marketers sell only extra income, the real leaders in network marketing realize that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 reasons why people join network marketing. In fact, if extra income was the deal, what would somebody like Coach Charis be doing? Cosmos Medical, what would he be doing in network marketing? I have it on good authority. That's in network marketing. In fact, I know the team that it belongs to, right? And it's not there for extra income. I mean, could I have told Coach Charis that he should come and join the business because he wants extra income? He would turn around and tell me that I need extra income, right? He's doing over 10, 20 billion a year, and I'm barely doing almost 100 million. And what the hell am I trying to sell to him? So yes, there is extra income, but some people come in because they want financial freedom. Some people come in because they want personal development. I have signed up somebody before that came in for personal development. And by the way, when I say I've signed up, I mentioned to you guys before that my role in the network marketing industry today is like that of Eric Worre. So I have built and succeeded in network marketing, but to be able to credibly train 3 different companies, I had to step out and then occupy the training place. So, I can help you develop your network marketing career. Right? And some people come in because they want to help others. In fact, that's why Cosmos Madoka came in. He came in because he says, look, when he started this business, he started with 200 naira. Right? Today, even with 200,000 naira, people can't even scale. But network marketing is the only industry that provides people with leverage to be able to scale with little or no money. Some people come in here because they wanted to meet people. In fact, that was why I joined. Nobody would have convinced me. For many years, people told me that I should come and do network marketing to make extra income. Like, I run 4 businesses. What the hell are you guys talking about? But when I went into a meeting, I was sitting in a meeting, the MD of Shell, MD of FBN Microfinance, all those type of people were in the room. I was like, look, if these guys are here, I want to be in this club. So I joined, right? So some people want more time. I mean, I'll give you a perfect example. So remember back in the day, I've been trying to tell this guy that he should join, but he never had time to take a look at the presentation. And so one day I tried to call him about 10 o'clock, and he couldn't. He couldn't pick up, and then send me a message around 11 that he was, back home. I was like, I knew where he worked. He worked somewhere on the island, but I didn't know that he stayed somewhere really, really far. I mean, so much so that she had to take a bus. She had to wake up at 4 o'clock. To be able to get to work, and then she doesn't get back home until 11. I'm like, you need more time. If not, you're going to die off. How about I show you a way that you could sort of make as much money as you do from this job, from something else, so that it frees up your time? And she said, look, I'm interested. Now, for many months, I've been trying to sell extra income to this person, but unknown to me, extra income in her mind meant more work, and she was already working the hell out. So she wanted more time. And some people, this is their opportunity to own their own business. And some people, like I have seen really, really well, it's an opportunity to leave a legacy, to build massive, massive businesses so that they can leave this world and they'll be remembered. So you have to remember that it's not just extra income, right? And for those of us that I'll get to work with, I want to work with you so that you can be very skillful in how you get people to join your business, right? If you're very skillful, you could even get people like Dangote to join your business. So I want to just share something with you very quickly before I leave. 4 reasons why businesses fail, and why they're even going to fail right now, and why the network marketing industry is a fix to those systems. And it's called the SACK effect, the SACK effect. First, of course, is support, right? In traditional business, providing with support means that I'm creating a competitor, I have some other traditional businesses, and I'd like to provide some support, but there's a level of knowledge I cannot give out, because if I give out too much knowledge, I would create competitors. However, in network marketing, providing support means that it's a requirement for success. If I help more people in my organization become insanely successful, I can retire because I'll make a lot of money for the rest of my life. So I have to provide support, unlike in the traditional business model. So if you're in a network marketing business, you have to provide support, but more importantly, you have to take advantage of the support that's provided. This video is some form of support. Somebody's put you guys together here and has provided this video as some form of support for you guys, right? Accountability, right? One of the biggest reasons why businesses fail is that the entrepreneur is not accountable to anyone, right? It's often solo with no accountability. And, so I tell people that, look, in this country and in most countries in the world, employees are more accountable than entrepreneurs. I mean, if rain falls on Monday morning, all employees will go to work. Most entrepreneurs would not. However, in network marketing, the structure is built for accountability. You have an upline you're accountable to, and then you have a success line that you have to inspire, that you're equally accountable to, right? If you plug yourself effectively into the accountability system, you would succeed. I tell people that you would be successful in life, insanely successful in life, if you find one of these two types of people. Somebody that you're either too ashamed to disappoint or somebody that you're too afraid to disappoint. If you find either one of those two people, boom, you'll be successful. You'll be successful insanely successful, right? That's very, very important for you to note. The third, of course, is capital, right? For most businesses, it's expensive, right? Most businesses, what's the cheapest kind of business you could start off? A barber shop, right? A barber shop, it'll cost you maybe 15,000, 20,000 naira to buy a clipper, but you have to buy a chair, then you have to buy a mirror, then you have to get a small shop. Even at that, we're talking maybe 200,000 to 300,000 naira. And even with that, there's still no guarantee that you would succeed, right? Because there could just be one other guy beside you who has a finance shop, AC in his shop, and he's had his boiler under control. However, in network marketing, right, small money. In some cases, if you can sell and buy, maybe even no money. What I mean by sell and buy is this. Sometimes I have seen some people who come in, they don't have the money, but they have energy, they want to sell, and they say, look, you know what, I don't have the money, but if you get the product, I could go sell the product and I'll make enough profit to be able to get me registered, right? Small, and if you put in a lot of effort, guess what, you could succeed. So why the hell aren't people putting in a lot of effort in their business? And lastly is knowledge. Unlike most industry, network marketing is filled with massive amounts of knowledge. Knowledge about business, knowledge about how to become emotionally stable, and there are a lot of books that if you are in this group and you haven't read at least 15 books on this industry, you have not started. I'm talking about GoPro by Eric Worre, Magnetic Sponsoring, the 45-second presentation, Questions Are the Answers, Jordan Adler's Beach Money. I can go on and on and on. And by the way, I want to provide an offer for you guys. And for those of us that will join, I'll be working with them for a period of time, and I would provide you with all these books and make sure that you read them. Right? Now, the network marketing system is a performance-based system. It's what you put in that you get out plus more, right? Like most legitimate business, doesn't pay you for doing nothing. However, there's a huge leverage for those who develop themselves as leaders and develop other leaders. The industry would pay you for as much or as little as you work for. I'm going to delve into it a little more later, but the biggest rule is 80-20. It means that if you're successful, you have to focus on the 80-20 rule. Not everybody will join your business, and even those who join, not everybody would succeed. But if you focus on the 80-20 rule, you can be amazingly successful, hugely successful. Like I'm talking about crazy kind of success, right? So how would you succeed? If you want to be successful in this industry, you have to have a dream. You have to have time that you can invest. This is not a business that you just do anyhow. You have to give it some time. Sometimes not as much time as you give every other thing, but sometimes you have to be teachable. It requires skills. If you spend 15 years, 17 years, 18 years trying to become a doctor and thousands or millions of naira, you should invest some small money in trying to become a successful network marketing professional, right? I have invested money. Invested as much money in books, in audiobooks, in books, in attending conferences. I attend the GoPro Recruiting Mastery in Las Vegas yearly. So, very, very important for you to know. You have to be positive, but more important, you have to be consistent. I'll take somebody who will do 4 or 5 things every single day consistently than somebody who has enough energy and want to do something once in a month. So, I have an offer for you, right? Having worked with tons of people, I want to help you become successful, right? And for peanuts. First, I want to work with you for 2 months through a process, right? I want to work with you 2 months through the process. I want to be able to provide weekly training, weekly videos with you. I'll put you guys in a WhatsApp group, in a small WhatsApp or Telegram group, depending on how big we get. And then I would provide you with, of course, we would try not to, what they call it, make the group abusive. It will be locked for most of the time, but it will be opened just one day a week. And I would send in video trainings. You would watch it. We would have Q&As. I would send in books. We would read it. You would share knowledge. I'm going to provide a one-day Q&A. I'm going to provide business literature, massive amounts of business literature, audio books, physical books, e-books, every single thing that you need to be able to become massively successful. And I'm also going to be helping you cover critical topics in the network marketing industry, things that will be very pivotal to your success. How do you recruit? I've been responsible to recruiting thousands of people. So how do you recruit? How do you retain the people that are in your team? I mean, if you have been in network marketing long enough, you realize that there's a high attrition rate. A lot of people drop out. So how do you do that? How do you sell the product? How do you do what's called, a lot of us, try to sell when the world has moved to educational marketing, right? How do you do that? How do you build productivity within your team, within yourself as an individual and your team? And how do you become a successful network marketing leader? And what I really just want you guys to commit is 7.5 for 2 months, the whole of 2 months, right? Because originally I charge $1 million now to coach. I charge my cheapest event, which some of us here have attended already, is 70,000 naira for a one-day event. 70,000 naira, but in the spirit of COVID-19, I wanted to help as many people as possible. I want to provide this content for you guys for just 7.5. 7,500. If you can't find 7,500 for your business, how would you not be able to find 7,500 to build your business, right? If you can't do that, I don't even want to know who you are, really, because I've spent over 2.5 million there going to GoPro Recruiting Mastery to go and learn, right? And I'll be bringing you knowledge from the global leaders in the industry. If you've been in this industry long enough, you know a guy. It's called Tim Sales. Tim Sales built 56,000 people into his organization in just a 5-year period, left the industry, went into training like I'm doing for 18 years and was earning over $2.5 million a year. And he was then told that, this thing doesn't really work. The strategy you're talking about is old school. So he came back and in 3 years put 90,000 people into this organization. I met with him in 2017, GoPro Recruiting Mastery. We had some good time to talk. The next guy is Jordan Adler. Jordan Adler has a unique story. He did 11 years without making any money, got the right principles, and boom, in 3 years, it was $1 million a month earner. And then, of course, this is also one of our sessions in GoPro. So those who get on this program would also get online courses on our website for free. And then also, if you want to attend the Strategy Factory within this 2-month period, you're going to get a 20% or more discount in that period, right? So if you're interested to join this thing, you can take a snapshot of this. If you can make a payment to this group, to this account rather, and then please send me a message on that number. And please indicate that you are from the network marketing class, so that I can confirm and then have you put you in the group. And this is going to last between now and the end of this month, so that we can kick off as May starts, right? And please share this message, share this video with all of your friends and colleagues in the industry, and let's see how many people are interested. And or you could just send a message to this number on WhatsApp and get more details from me personally, right? So again, this offer won't be available again post this period. I'm not going to give it to anybody, please. I'm only doing this because I think that it's important for those of us in this industry to take massive advantage. If you don't become stupendously rich by the end of this year from your network marketing business, it's your fault. It's completely your fault. Because there is no greater opportunity for this industry than this time globally, right? Okay, so the big question is, what are you prepared to work for, right? So if you're ready, please contact me. You can find me on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter @LimSimple, and that's my number. So I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Have a fantastic. Thank you so much. This is almost 30 minutes. Thank you so much for taking this time out. I hope that it's been useful for you, and I hope to hear from you soon. Bye-bye. I'll be taking questions in the group tonight, so please, if you have any questions, please write them down or post them in already, and I'll start to reply every single one of them. Bye-bye.